Guide.
Television Terror is a 1990 Tales from the Crypt episode about a tabloid television host who enters a supposed haunted house on live television, but ends up getting far more than he bargained for. Let's just hope they don't end up with any dead air. The episode begins as they all do, with the Crypt Keeper giving an introduction to the twisted tale. However, it looks like he may be starting an OnlyFans. Oh my god, it's Robert Downey Jr. Oh, I guess it's Morton Downey Jr. I thought maybe Iron Man was in this one. For a show that's only 20 minutes long, so far 1 minute has just been opening credits.
Mass murder, dismemberment, suicide. It all happened right here on this quiet street in the heart of Los Angeles.
Let's be honest, it sounds like any day in Los Angeles these days. Ada Ritter, no relation to John, routinely murdered her elderly guests for their social security checks, but took the coward's way out by unaliving herself before police could get involved.
Or is this modern-day chamber of horrors truly haunted? Tonight, we'll find out. Because I'm going inside the Ritter house.
So Horton here is going inside, along with a cameraman, to see if they can document any of the ghostly shenanigans apparently going on inside this home.
Sam, get your tail feathers out here.
His Majesty beckons.
Sammy, baby.
You putz.
Yeah, Horton is kind of a loudmouth and not really liked by his crew, which makes casting Morton Downey Jr. in the role all the better. His producer Sam goes out to him and he gives her an earful about the psychic they hired for the show.
Got a choice next week. You got the Satanists, you've got the impotent transvestites, soldiers of fortune, a neo-Nazi black group, and the culture show for Thursday is breast implants.
I miss when trash TV was actually this ridiculous. Gen Z's head would explode if anything close to this played today. Horton is a fraudster like all shock TV hosts. It doesn't matter how insane things get, as long as the ratings are high.
And remember something. Just because you're sleeping with me doesn't give you a free ride in this job.
I think I'm gonna throw up. So is this like a Harvey Weinstein situation, or never mind. Whatever it is, she's clearly not happy.
Open Horton's mic.
You extraordinarily putrid waste of human tissue.
Wow, Sam, tell us how you really feel. Horton interviews a psychic, a Dr. Rowland, who straight up tells him that this place is evil and you couldn't pay him to enter. But this warning isn't about to deter Horton from getting what could be some huge ratings. His cameraman Trip, on the other hand, doesn't really seem all that thrilled to be entering a haunted house though.
Follow me. If you dare.
Hey, you fucking dickhead.
So is this where Zach Baggins stole his idea for Ghost Adventures?
This looks like
What is this? Yeah. Is that a pen? Can I have a flashlight?
That's a pen, that's a flashlight.
This is a flashlight?
Yeah, there's a little...
How do you turn it on?
This place looks pretty clean for an abandoned home where horrific murders took place.
It's as though Ada Ritter never left.
Beautiful.
Those are some really friendly rats, kinda cute too. But Trip looks like he's about to shit himself. After their harrowing encounter with domesticated rats, they move to the game room where some of the murders took place. Nothing much in here though besides furniture covered in sheets, so it's time to move on. So far this broadcast has been very exciting. Let's hope this doesn't turn into another Al Capone's vault situation. With no luck in the game room, it's time to try the basement. Down in the basement is where Ada chopped up the bodies of 12 men, placing their body parts in a hole behind the wall.
All right. Got that, gang? Is that a killer?
Yeah, we got it, Horton. Now get your ass upstairs. You got 2 minutes.
Horton seems pretty pleased with himself, but I don't know. If I were a viewer, I would be wondering where the ghosts are in this haunted house show. The network seems to agree with me too, because they want Horton to start picking up the pace a bit.
What?
Hey, the show's dragging. They're afraid it's gonna be another Al Capone's vault.
What the fuck do they want me to do?
See, I literally just said that. Hey, maybe I could be a network executive.
The ratings are gonna be out the goddamn window if you don't do something to spice it up.
What am I supposed to spice it up with?
You could try a ghost. I mean, there's 300 seasons of Ghost Adventures, just fake it like they do.
Did you hear that?
Right on cue though, it looks like they might not be alone after all. And they're on commercial break right now, so all of this would be pretty pointless if it was fake. They move upstairs to find out where the voice is coming from, but the camera equipment starts to have some kind of interference.
Christ, we lost picture. Give me a check right away. Let's just roll another commercial till we find the problem.
While Tripp is working on the camera, Horton hears what sounds to be dripping water. But it couldn't be. The utilities have been shut off for years. It's probably just those damn rats again. Or an old man with his throat cut. But on second glance, there's no one there. How odd. No time for what or what didn't happen though, because it's full-on poltergeist activity now.
Are you guys getting this?
We got picture.
Get out of that commercial right now.
You're on, Horton. You're on live. Get out there. Go.
I don't know about you, but at this point, I wouldn't be sticking around. Horton instead gets back on camera because at least something is finally happening.
Ladies and gentlemen, what we've been experiencing and what you've been witnessing is the first case of psychic phenomena ever viewed on live television.
They patch the psychic back in with Horton, who basically tells him he's screwed. A voice from behind suddenly calls for help, and when Horton goes over to open the door, the light on the camera dies again. What are the odds? Horton tries telling Sam there's someone in the house and to call the authorities, but who's she gonna call?
Who you gonna call? Someone else.
I guess all you have to do is shake some furniture and moan help me, and people will just eat it up. Again, we refer back to the 300 seasons of Ghost Adventures. Horton tries explaining to the audience watching that there's something disturbing going on, whether it's a hoax or supernatural, it doesn't matter because he intends to uncover what it is. My money is on Mr. Carswell, the bank president. You know, there's an awful lot of blood on the floor that wasn't there just a few minutes ago.
Tripp.
What are you doing hanging around, Tripp? Get back behind the camera. Wait, if he's there, then who's behind the camera?
Horton. Horton, who's got the camera? Oh, Jesus!
Ada's undead victims have come back from beyond the grave and they're pretty pissed. The network seems ecstatic though, as the ratings have gone through the roof, because as you know, if it bleeds, it leads. Horton runs to another room where he should be safe, because we all know ghosts can't go through doors.
Keep him in there.
Damn, help me! Get me out of this house!
It's almost like she gets enjoyment out of seeing Horton scream in terror. Alright, maybe try faking concern just a bit. Alright, where did she get that chainsaw? Is the chainsaw also a ghost? I have a hard time believing it would have been left behind if it was used to dismember bodies. Oh, so now everybody starts showing some concern. I wonder if the network is still happy with the show, seeing as how their host is now dead.
Meet 4 women and 1 man who say they have on the next edition of Horton Rivers Live.
I'm not so sure about the live part anymore. Television Terror was directed by Charles Picerni, and he's more of a stuntman than he is a director, which explains the window scene at the end. It was written by Randall Jansen and G.J. Pruce, who neither really have any other writing credits outside of this episode. When you're making an episode about a loudmouth TV personality, well, there really is no bigger loudmouth than Morton Downey Jr. He was an American talk show host and not an actor at all. He was basically the man to pioneer the trash TV format that would lead to other shows like Jerry Springer and Maury. Because of his notoriety of pushing buttons, he became somewhat of a household name for a very brief period in time. He even appeared at WrestleMania 5 alongside Rowdy Roddy Piper. Anytime he was cast in a role, he was basically just playing himself. Even in the film Predator 2, he played a reporter that would do whatever he had to for ratings. He had a very turbulent career and passed away March 12, 2001 at the age of 68. The episode premiered July 17, 1990 on HBO and is based on the comic story of the same name, which can be found inside the pages of Haunt of Fear number 17, or number 3, depending on how you look at it. Haunt of Fear was originally called Gunfighter, because back in the day, comic book companies would often change the names of their books instead of starting from number 1 again, because this would save on second-class postage permits. Gunfighter was renamed to Haunt of Fear at issue 15, and after issue 17, the numbers were reset back to number 1 because the United States Post Office asked that the 4th issue be listed as number 4. For this reason, there are 2 Haunt of Fear 15s, 16s, and 17s. Haunt of Fear 17 was published by EC Comics in September 1950. The beautiful cover art is done by cover artist Johnny Craig and features the various hosts from the Haunt of Fear, Vault of Horror, and Tales from the Crypt. And for a staggering 10 cents, you could have owned this bad boy back in 1950, but these days you're looking at hundreds if not thousands of dollars. The story, Television Terror, was written by Harvey Kurtzman, who also did the pencils. It tells the tale of the Babbitt family, who after a nice meal decide to sit down and watch a little program called Hunting with Hunt. Host Al Hunt, along with a psychic, Professor John Poltergeist, plan on investigating a home where 3 gruesome murders took place. Armed with only a camera with a light attached, they aim to uncover whatever ghastly happening may be occurring inside the abandoned home. The psychic feels a presence coming from upstairs, so he decides to go up, while Al lingers more downstairs. The chill in the room, along with the creepy paintings of the former residents, is too much for Al, so he decides to meet back up with Professor Poltergeist. "What's that?" Drop the camera. Something icy cold went by me. Touched my cheek. Icy cold. Al shouts for the professor, wondering why he doesn't respond back. He makes his way to the top of the stairs, slamming the door behind him, but inside he finds the professor. The professor! Those people! My brain is whirling. Al heads back out of the room where he sees the ghosts of the former residents, and there he does the exact same thing all the previous victims have done. The Babbitts watch in terror as the program is cut and are left wondering just what exactly happened. Television Terror is one of the best Tales from the Crypt episodes in the entire series. It's fun and campy, and one of the few episodes that is actually kind of creepy. It really invokes the tone of the comic books and comes highly recommended. Well, boils and ghouls, that's all for today. I hope you had a dreadful time, and if you did, please subscribe for more terrifying tales. Please leave a like and tell me down in the comments what other Tales from the Crypt episodes you would like to see me cover. Thank you all for watching, and
stay tuned to this totally titillating tube.